सोफिया इंडिया में जो आवानी है और आज जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हम लोग कर रहे हैं इसके बारे में आप प्रेस को क्या बताना चाहती हैं?
Namaste. Do I need this?
Yes, for the camera. And it will be good if you talk in Hindi.
So first of all, I just want to honour everybody that's in this room today. Because there's a truth that you don't know. And that truth is that all of you are gods. Every single one of you are gods. I've been on a journey for the last 2 years, and more intensely since September the 10th last year, where I've been in various meditation groups, and the most holy sacred things have happened. The first thing that happened when I was in a meditation group, my body felt really weak, and out of my body there was a body that came out, and it was like the sun. And I cried, but I was weak because I had to be weak for this to come out. And I said, it's the strength for everybody in this world. And then secondly, a body of white light came out of me, and I knew it was pure love of the Virgin Mary. I didn't understand then what that meant. After that, somebody went on a meditation, and they had visions of me, and said I had a gift of healing. So I went to see a healer, and he said to me, you have a gift, and I did some training with him for 6 months. And I started to use that healing on people, and to date I've had 2 women come to me who were completely medically infertile, proven to be infertile, and they both had children. They both knew that their ovaries were bubbling. The girl said, my ovaries are bubbling right now, and she wrote back to me 6 weeks later telling me that she's successfully frozen her eggs, and another one who's had a child. Since then, someone came to me with a brain tumour and sent me a photograph, and I did a remote healing from my home. He wasn't present, and somebody else on the same day sent me a picture of a child born with a heart condition. Both are now clear. I knew something was happening with me. Then this Gaia did a meditation with a plant called ayahuasca, which is a tea that they drink in the indigenous forest made of 2 different trees. And they say one goes into a deep meditation and it can show you things. He came back and he said, he heard a voice, a spirit's voice, who said, Sophia is a planet of wisdom, information and healing. I thought he was quite strange. Now some of you might be listening to me right now saying, there's some stuff she's saying that is strange. So I wrote myself to this meditation. And I drank the tea. Half an hour before the meditation, I had received a phone call that my father died. I went into shock because I hadn't seen him for so long. But I knew I had to stay there in the meditation, and I knew I was going to meet him. That day, I died of my body, and I entered the world that you will all enter when you pass away. I met my father. And he also spoke, and he said, I'm the father of Sophia. He spoke through me. He took over my body and he spoke through me. People were witness to this in the room. And he said, I'm the father of Sofia Hayat. I have done bad things. Sophia can clear them. I didn't understand what that meant, but I wasn't of the body. I was pure spirit. And I spoke to him, and he said, I said, where are you? He said, I'm always in your heart. I was also very aware that I was surrounded by angels, and they were telling my father, you have to go now, she has work to do. Then my breath got taken over, and I kept saying the word Om, Om. It kept coming from me. If anyone knows my history, I was born Muslim, became Christian. And this kept happening, my hand kept going into prayer. And I saw, I was not of the body, I was in a place of complete darkness, and I was consciousness, and I saw that the word spoken for the first time came from me, and it created strings of vibration that created everything in existence. I still didn't understand what that meant. And then, on the third day of the meditation, I got taken over and I started talking in this room full of 10 people, and I was saying, I am the Virgin Mary. Jesus of Nazareth is my son, born of God. Sofia Hayat is Mary. I bring peace and joy to the world. Again, I didn't understand what that meant because I never believed in reincarnation. I left the meditation and I went to my father's funeral, and he came and spoke through my body again and apologized to my mother for being aggressive. My brothers and sisters were very astounded because this has never happened before. Since that date, every month I was getting revelations. One day I was in my living room and my body energy was going crazy, so I sat down in meditation. And at that point, I cried because I remember what happened, and what happened is so holy and so sacred, and I swear if any of you saw this much of what I have seen, it will change your life. And the room was full of light around me. And then 2 or 3, I call them angels, they were like, it was like light in a mist. They were there and they were moving me around. And I was told, this earth is for you. And I was pure earth spirit, I wasn't the body. And it was who I really am. And I said, I didn't want the earth like this. And they said, we can stop the earth now. And I said, no, I don't want to stop the earth. I love my children. Then I was repeating the word, stop the war, stop the war, stop the war. I was very much aware that the war had been stopped. There is not going to be a World War III. Then my eyes were moved around, and I looked, something was moving my eyes around, and I looked into the tree outside my house. And slowly out of the tree came who I thought was Krishna, because it was a blue face and with hair like this, and a bindi. And I had to Google it because I don't know much of the Indian gods. I know from coming here what I saw. So before Krishna there was Ganesh, and Ganesh was guiding me saying, you need to stop what you're doing now, you need to come back home, you have a duty to do. So Ganesh came to me first, and then Krishna was, then Rama, and then Krishna, and Krishna was smiling at me saying, are you ready yet, Sophia? And I was completely still and speechless at seeing all this. As I said, I never believed in any of this. I was told to go to Egypt. They said, go to Egypt. The angel said, go to Egypt, go to Egypt. I booked a flight to Egypt 3 days later. I didn't know what I was doing in Egypt. I didn't have much knowledge about Egypt. All I know is that there's pyramids and Cleopatra and, everybody does this, right? That's all I knew. I booked a tour guide, a spiritual tour guide, and the most incredible things happened in Egypt. The first thing when I went into a pyramid, as I got into the center of the pyramid, I started shaking and I started saying, Allahu Akbar Krishna Islam, Allahu Akbar Krishna Islam, Allahu Akbar Krishna Islam. I was confused. Who says Allahu Akbar and Krishna at the same time? Then I did some research. The Prophet Muhammad does talk about Krishna in the Hadith. Who knows that? Who knows that? Then I went to see the goddess Sekhmet. I wear her ring, she's the goddess of power and war. And I went into this little temple. And as soon as I walked in, I started breathing strange and speaking a language, which all I can call it is an ancient language, not of this time. The guardians of the temple, they look after the temple, they pass it down in their family. They started saying the prophecy is coming real, the prophecy is coming real. 5 minutes this lasted, and I came out, and they just looked at me and said, they were speaking in Arabic, and they said to the tour guide, we need to take her to a part of the temple. Tourists don't go there, so they took me to the temple. And as soon as I stepped up, I started to have memories of something terrible happening in that room. And I started crying and screaming, and again speaking this foreign language. And the guardians of the temple crying because my reaction was so intense. I was screaming, I was crying, I was touching the floor, speaking this language. And the guardians of the temple put their hands in prayer and they bowed down to me. And they kept saying, the God is here, the prophecy is real, the prophecy is real. When I went out of that room, I felt normal again. It wasn't like it was something strange, but something that was a part of who I am. I had a number of experiences like this in various temples. And the final part was when I went into a shop where they sell Egyptian oils. So they the guy put like frankincense oil, third eye oil, and incarnation oil. And all of a sudden my body got taken over and I could see the illusion of reality. And then Goddess Isis came and spoke and said, I am Isis, I'm here now. I came back to England and I understood that I was not who I am now, that I needed to go back in my incarnations. And then a man phoned me. He's a shaman priest, and he said to me that he'd been having messages and visions from angels telling him who I am. So he said, we need to go into a deep meditation. And he came to my house, and we went into a deep meditation where the most sacred thing happened. And it was as if, it was like something opened up in the house. And I heard the voice of the mother, and she said that they've been searching for me for thousands and thousands of years. And I need to take my responsibility. And I was like this, when I say me, I mean who I really am, was like this child who didn't know who she was, but was responding and knew the mother. And she told me that we are in the Garden of Eden. This earth is the Garden of Eden. You are living in the Garden of Eden right now. You have been lied to.
आप ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री में रही हैं, बॉलीवुड में काम किया, टीवी पे काम किया, हॉलीवुड फिल्म में काम किया, तो आपके लिए कितना मुश्किल है ये जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है ग्लैमर वर्ल्ड से, और आपने शरण ली है, स्पिरिचुअल बन गए आप, ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के बारे में बताइए, हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज?
It's not difficult at all. I have to apologize for the work that I did in the industry because I was presenting a fake reality. I wore makeup. Most people wear makeup. Makeup has cancer-causing chemicals in it. Why are we killing ourselves to look good? And what is looking good? Who decides what looking good is? Because now, I truly believe that looking good is not wearing makeup. Because wearing makeup is killing you. Why are we killing ourselves and wearing a mask? This is beautiful. You know, whether you have spots or wrinkles or grey hair, this is beautiful. Makeup is killing you. Do people understand that? Face creams, makeup, it's killing you, it's cancerous. You look better. Someone told us that we look better with makeup.
अच्छा, घर वालों का, फैमिली का, फ्रेंड्स का, जो भी इंडस्ट्री में लोग हैं, जब उनको पता चला आपके बारे में कि you're turning into this, उनका रिएक्शन क्या था? Were they shocked, surprised? क्या रिएक्शन था उन सबका जब आपने पहली बार उनको बताया कि I'm leaving everything?
I think some people said to me, do you want to speak in Hindi?
Yeah, Hindi.
हिंदी, अच्छा। कोई लोग बोल रहे थे कि एक्ट्रेस सोफिया आप स्पिरिचुअल भी बन सकती हो और एक्ट्रेस भी बन सकती हो। You can stay an actress. और मैंने बोला that I'm not an actress anymore. I woke up, I became conscious to who I am. It's not fair. It's not, the industry is not fair because they are telling women how to dress, how to behave. So a woman is no longer what a woman should be. A woman is a product of what someone is telling her to be, and normally it's a man. You know, it's generally a man who is telling you how to dress and what to be. So I listen to the directors or the magazine people. Then the children look at me and they think that's how a woman should look.
तो आप अपने
Okay. So I guess I have to apologize to all of my fans, especially the young children who are influenced by what they see on television, because I don't look like that. This is what I look like. Makeup is changing the way you look. And secondly, I'd say most celebrities have some form of surgery. Silicone implants, for example. Boobs are not meant to look like that.
You also had one.
Yeah. You want to know what this is? I'll show you. These were mine. Before I came to India, after my spiritual awakening, I took them out. This is what came out of my body. I'm sorry to all of those children that I made you think that you had to take and wear some of this. I apologize, I'm so sorry, because no one should cut up their body and put these things in. We are teaching the children wrong things. I was teaching the children wrong things. We have a duty in the media to show the truth, but we are not. We're putting these in our body, it's poisonous. I was okay. I don't have a problem with my body. Look, they're perfect. They look great from the day they went in, but this is what I had inside my body. I'm still recovering from the operation. I had the operation 3 weeks ago to take them out. Because this is not what a woman should look like. Anybody in the media has a responsibility to children. Because children looked at me and said, I want to look like her, but this is what I was. And this is not what a woman is. And I am ashamed and I'm sorry to all of my fans who wanted to look like me, because this is what I look like. And I love who I am now. I love the way I look now. I don't wear makeup because I love myself so much. I don't wear makeup because I don't want to give cancer to myself with the makeup. We all have a responsibility in the media to not publish pictures of women with implants and makeup. What are we teaching our children? It's a fake reality.
So क्या आप अपने friends या जो colleagues हैं उन्हें भी inspire करेंगे इस तरह की मतलब जो आपका transformation है उसके लिए? Would you like to suggest your friends कि वो भी इस तरह से करें?
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि ये जो आप देखते हो टीवी पे वो सच नहीं है. सच क्या है ये पूछो. मैंने हीलिंग किया एक लड़की के साथ. she's a mother, 50 years old. She had implants. उसने मुझे बताया कि उसकी बच्ची ने उसको देखा, बच्ची ने बोला मम्मी मुझे भी चाहिए. This is wrong.
अगर आपका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन तो हो गया, why you felt the need to publicize and to come into media to talk about this कि you have turned something else like?
Why do I feel the need? Because if I left the media looking like that old Sofia, I still leave a legacy to young women of what they think a woman should look like. So I want women to stop this fake reality, stop living this false reality, you know. And the truth of this world is that we are in the Garden of Eden. You are born perfect. You are all perfect. You are children of God, every single one of you. You have been made to hate yourself, to judge yourself. You have been made to judge other people. You have been made to separate from others, from your religion. But we're all brothers and sisters, and the day is coming where you will wake up and look at a Muslim, look at a Jew, look at a Hindu and say, that's my brother, that's my sister.
तो क्या आपकी फिल्म आई है 6X जिसमें बहुत ग्लैमरस रोल था, वो फिल्म कांस में दिखाई गई और अब आप पूरा ट्रांसफॉर्म हो गया, इस फिल्म की प्रमोशन कैसे करेंगे आप?
मैं फिल्म की प्रमोशन नहीं करूँगी. I wish that the film was not being released because ये जो फिल्म मैंने last year किया तो उसका release का delay हुआ और obviously in there I have a glamorous avatar, I have a love scene, it's not who I am anymore. The film is a good film if you want to say that, but I'd rather people didn't remember me as an actress and remembered me as the Holy Sacred Mother.
अभी आप इंडिया में ज्वाइन हैं तो आप वही बच्चों को मिलने वाली हैं और आप जहाँ पे पानी बहुत कम है वहाँ गाँव में जाके लोगों को मिलने वाली हैं तो उसके लिए क्या तैयारी कर रही हैं?
अच्छा, मैं इंडिया के मैं जो पैसे मैंने कमाया last year, I want to give that to, I'm working with an NGO orphanage, and also if it doesn't rain in the villages, मैं वहाँ जाऊँगी और I will take water, trucks of water for the children.
That you have to be talking about.
The prophecy is coming true in this age. In the next 2 or 3 years, all of the gods are coming back to the earth. The holy sacred family are here. The gods are waking up. The angels are waking up. My incarnation is that of Mother Mary, the goddess Isis, who are the same. Jesus is already here. My son is here. And in time you will come to know who he is.
Do you know?
I see him. I do know. It was him who guided me to who I am.
And he's come here as Jesus himself, or
see the thing is, what you have been taught has been a twist of the truth. The gods have always been on this earth. The prophets have always been here, but we have forgotten because there's a program, a matrix of program that is programming you. You have 3 bodies. You have a physical, a spiritual, and an electrical body, and your electrical body is being programmed by a negative source, a negative energy, and negative power. They're programming you into what to think. They've already told you there's a hell. They've already told you there's a heaven. You're already in heaven. You're already in the Garden of Eden. The gods have already been here. But when this program in your mind has been, you've been intercepted on who you really are. We've been told lies. You look at the stories of Egypt, they call the Egyptian stories a myth, the Greek stories a myth, the Hindu stories a myth. They're not myths. And now what's going to happen? The real cities of the past that you read about, the gods of the past, their homes are coming up from the ground.
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के बाद भी आपका ये परसेप्शन है किस तरह का?
No. Actually, for me, pornography desensitizes people. In fact, a lot of celebrities, whenever there's an issue, we put a picture up that we know is going to get some attention. Everybody does it.
So will you support?
No, because I'm celibate. I haven't had any physical sexual relationships since July last year, and I never will, because I am the Holy Mother. My womb is the fertility of this earth. Pornography only desensitizes people. We are in an age in our life where people are having more sex and more freedom. When I say freedom, what is real freedom? Right? We think it's free to have a lot of sex. But we're also in a time in our life where there's a lack of connection.
Ban the porn site.
Yeah, I would support the ban of porn, absolutely, because I don't want children to grow up. If you look at what's happening in America, children at the age of 10 years old are going for counseling because of porn addiction. And secondly, the idea of a woman and how she wants to be treated, people are thinking that's how what women want. It's the opposite of what women want. That's not how a woman wants to be presented. Again, we're going back to this fake reality.
Using perfumes and all, so vegetarian होने का what are the reasons behind it?
Sir, vegetarian के बाद क्या?
Vegetarian होने का reason क्या है? Vegan
Achha, yeah, I'm a vegan now, and the reason being is when you come into consciousness, when you are conscious of who you are on this planet, and you're conscious to yourself and to others, you wouldn't eat anything that comes from an animal because these animals suffer. You know, when you take milk from a cow, the baby is taken away so that we can have its milk. Animals are not put on this earth to be killed or to feed us. We're here to care for them and love them. Who says, you know, we all shout about eating dogs in China, but why are we eating cows? Why are we drinking their milk? Why are we killing other animals? I used to eat meat a lot. But since I became conscious, what right do I have to take away someone's life? What right do I have to drink milk? I mean, if you have a cow in your back garden and you milk it in the morning, that's fine. But these days, the commercial production of milk is hurting the animals, and it's not fair. And we all need to be conscious beings. If we don't look after ourselves, which we don't, we think we look after ourselves by wearing nice clothes and makeup and deodorant, but those things are giving us cancer. So I'm asking you all to look after yourself, really look after yourself, and really respect yourself. Know that you are children of divine gods. You are the children of gods. You know, I'm looking at you now, and it's like you're just human beings, but you're not human beings. This body is a vehicle on this earth. Your soul will go on afterwards. So look after your soul more than you look after your body. Because your soul is who you are, not your body. But we have been trained to focus on the physical. What we do, look at his car, look at his money, look at his body. It's not who you are. Why are you wasting your time? Stop wasting your time. Look inside. Feed your soul. Know who you are. And in knowing who you are, you will come to know the truth of this world, that this is an illusion. This is the Eden for you to experience the five senses. That very soon you are going to ascend. You are multi-dimensional beings. I've traveled across different dimensions. I've lost my body and traveled with myself. Everybody can do this. That's who you are. You're far greater than you think you are. It's physics. You're atoms. And there's an experiment called the double-slit experiment. They fired atoms between two holes, and when they saw the picture, it was a wave. They didn't know why, so they decided to film it. And when they filmed it, the same atoms were two lines. Why? Because when they are being watched, the atom knows, I understand I have to do what they want me to do. You are atoms. You are a wave of multidimensional beings. You can create so much. Your thoughts are creating this world right now. What are you thinking about yourself and others? Because that's really important. You don't even know how powerful you are. You are creator gods. Your consciousness has been hijacked. I'm asking you to take it back.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, where will we start from?
I'm just going to give anybody the opportunity. I know there's so many men in India who have wanted to touch my breasts. Would anybody like to touch my breasts now? Anyone brave enough? It's silicone. Anyone brave enough? Why are you so scared?
Ravi Panchal. Ravi Panchal.
Everybody in the world, you know, the hottest woman, this is my breast. Come, have a feel. This is a child. Have you ever touched a silicone? Yeah, try. Feel. This was in my body. This was in my body. Anybody else?
Ravi Panchal. Ravi Panchal. Ravi Panchal.
आप मदर बन चुकी है, इसके बारे में आप बताइए।
मदर का मतलब क्या होता है? शी इज़ द नरिशमेंट ऑफ द अर्थ, द वुमन हु गेव बर्थ टू ऑल द चिल्ड्रन। ये चेंज मैंने डिसाइड नहीं किया, ये मैं हूँ, लेकिन मैं गुम थी। मतलब मैं नहीं जानती थी कि मैं कौन थी, और अगर मैं गुम हो सकती हूँ फिर सब लोग गुम हो सकते। और ये गुम आपको सोचना है ये कैसे हुआ। इस दुनिया पे एक प्रोग्राम लगा हुआ, हम उसको बोलते हैं मैट्रिक्स ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग। आपकी बॉडी, योर बॉडी इज मेड अप ऑफ 3, फिजिकल बॉडी है, सोल स्पिरिट बॉडी है और इलेक्ट्रिकल बॉडी है। और आपकी बॉडी जो है वो प्रोग्राम हो रही है मीडिया के साथ, फूड के साथ जो आप खा रहे हो, क्योंकि आप फूड में भी पॉइजन है, टूथपेस्ट, पानी में भी फ्लोराइड होता है, जो आपकी पाइनियल ग्लैंड होती है, ये आपकी पाइनियल ग्लैंड आपकी थर्ड आई है। आप पूछो पानी में फ्लोराइड और टूथपेस्ट में फ्लोराइड क्यों डालते हैं? फ्लोराइड आपकी थर्ड आई पिनियल ग्लैंड को कैल्सीफाई करती है, और ये आपकी स्पिरिचुअल कनेक्शन है। मैं आपको बताऊंगी पहली बार पानी में किसने डाला है फ्लोराइड और क्यों। जब जर्मन की वॉर थी और जूइश लोग कंसंट्रेशन कैंप्स में थे, जर्मन लोग ने पानी के अंदर फ्लोराइड डाला इसके लिए कि उनकी थिंकिंग डाउन हो जाती है, वो सबड्यू हो जाते हैं, वो अपने आप के लिए सोचते नहीं हैं। दिस इज़ अ फैक्ट, मैं आई एम नॉट मेकिंग दिस अप। आप गूगल कर लीजिए कि पहली बार फ्लोराइड पानी में क्यों हुआ। नाज़ी वॉर में था, ताकि लोगों की थर्ड आई ब्लॉक हो जाती है। और ये आपकी थर्ड आई किसके लिए? कनेक्शन है आपकी हायर सेल्फ में। ये कुछ गुरु शुरू का प्लेन वर्ड जैसे लोग सोचते हैं। मैंने बुक पढ़ा और मैं बोलती हूँ कि आपका हायर सेल्फ है। आप सोच लो कि एक कॉर्ड है, यहाँ इनविजिबल कॉर्ड ऊपर जाती है और आप ऊपर रहते हो, और ये एक इल्यूजन या प्रोजेक्शन है फ्रॉम योर कॉन्शियसनेस, या आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस की प्रोजेक्शन है। लेकिन आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस आपको बतानी चाहिए कि आप कौन हो, आप क्या कर सकते हैं। लेकिन किसी ने कुछ डाला अंदर कि आप अपने आप के साथ कनेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो। ये बॉडी कुछ नहीं है, जो आप हैं आप इतने बड़े हो, यू आर गॉड्स। मैं इसलिए मदर बन गई क्योंकि मैं आपको रास्ता दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि आप यू आर गॉड्स।
Sofia, but when it comes to becoming a mother, one of the basic requirements is that you abstain from physical and bodily desires, sexual desires and stuff. So was it difficult for you to abstain from all this?
एक मिनट, आप बोलते हो रिक्वायरमेंट, मतलब कोई आपको बताते हैं कि आपको ये करना है। किसी ने मुझे नहीं बताया, ये खुद मेरे जिस्म में हो रहा था कि क्यों मेरे पास डिजायर अब क्यों नहीं है। मैं अपने आप को पूछने वाली थी, पूछ रही हूँ कि सोफिया, आई हैड एन एक्टिव सेक्स लाइफ, आई हैड बॉयफ्रेंड्स, अब मैं क्यों चेंज हो रही हूँ। एक्चुअली ये चेंज जुलाई 2015 में हुआ, और मैं उसके बाद कोई बॉयफ्रेंड नहीं हुआ, कुछ फिजिकल कांटेक्ट नहीं हुआ, और मैं चाहती नहीं थी। जैसे किसी ने बताया नहीं, जो कुछ मैं कर रही हूँ किसी ने मुझे नहीं बताया कि आपको ये करना है, ये मैं हूँ।
So you mean to say it happened gradually? All those desires started dying down gradually?
No. जैसे July was the last time that I had a physical relationship.
Okay.
और उसके बाद I just didn't want it. I didn't. It wasn't who I was. जैसे जो मेरी past life थी, my past life was Mother Mary, Goddess Isis, वो दोनों एक ही है.
Okay.
All the mothers in all the Hindu, Greek, Egyptian, all the mothers, they're the same. They come from one. It's all the same. और जो मेरे incarnation, they started to come awake. ये हमको आगे नहीं जाना, हमको पीछे जाना है। हमको याद करना है कि हम कौन थे।
जैसे आपने कहा टेम्पल बना रहे हो लंदन में, तो टेल अस समथिंग कि मतलब क्या होगा उस टेम्पल में और कौन कौन से।
हाँ, अभी टेम्पल जुलाई एंड तक कंप्लीट होगा, और उस टेम्पल में लोग आएंगे, वो रहेंगे 2-3 दिन के लिए भी रह सकते हैं। डे टाइम में एक्टिविटीज़ में ये करूँगी कि हीलिंग्स भी करूँगी, साउंड हीलिंग भी, क्योंकि आपका जो DNA है आपकी बॉडी में वो अब डिसरेजोनेंस में है। जैसे जो केमिकल्स इस दुनिया में है, जो आप खाते हो जो मेकअप, जो क्रीम्स आप डालते हो बॉडी में, वो आपको कैंसर्स भी देते हैं और आपका डीएनए को चेंज कर रहा है। इसलिए आप देखो इस दुनिया में इतनी बीमारी क्यों फैल रही है। अब एक 1000 years before humans used to live up to 500 years more. Why are we dying so quickly now? मैं आपको बोलूंगी इल्यूमिनाटी, अगर आपने सुना वो नाम या नहीं सुना। ये लोग हमारे खाने में, हमारे क्रीम्स में, हमारे दिमाग में प्रोग्रामिंग डाल रहे हैं ताकि हम that we forget who we are. ये लोग आपके सब डिसीजंस बना रहे हैं। आप देखो इंडियन फार्मर्स, why are they committing suicide? Because of the Monsanto seeds.
But Sofia, you know, what was the reason behind? I mean, we saw the silicon that you showed us. What was the reason behind removing those breast implants? I mean,
because it's fake. It's not real. ये फेक रियलिटी में दिखा रही थी और मुझे पता लगा, एंजल्स ने मुझे बताया कि मैं मदर नेचर हूँ, कि एक्चुअली अगर आप पुराने टेक्स्ट देखो जो इजिप्ट में फाइंड हुए, उसका नाम है नाग हमारी टेक्स्ट। वो भी बोलते हैं कि एक दिन आएगी सोफिया। अगर आपने डिविंची कोड में भी देखा, वो किसको ढूंढ रहे थे? सोफिया को ढूंढ रहे थे। मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ अच्छा मैं वो सोफिया बनूंगी, क्योंकि जो हुआ मेरी इन 2 सालों में, स्पेशली सितंबर टू अप्रैल जो हुआ, वो स्टोरी है। इट्स द सेम स्टोरी।
तो विल यू टेक अ हेल्प विद द चैनल? मतलब जैसे हम देखते हैं कि बाबा जो टीवी में दिखाते हैं, तो स्पिरिट्स और विजुअल मतलब शरीर से निकालने, तो आप भी ऐसा कुछ करेंगी?
वो क्या
चैनल
any help on television or media? Will you take any help for television or media to spread your message?
Yeah, absolutely. I think अभी तो देखो, जब ये सब हो रहा था फ्रॉम सितंबर, जो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग था, मैंने डिनाई किया। मैं जो एंजल्स, they kept coming the angels, और मैं बोल रही थी मैं ये नहीं बनना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन मैं वो हूँ। और फिर एक शामन प्रीस्ट आया था मेरे घर, उसने मुझे फ़ोन किया कि मेरे घर में एंजल आई थी, उसने मुझे बताया कि आप कौन हो। फिर जब कोई और आया, फिर मैंने बोला आई हैव टू टेक दिस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एंड देन माई हार्ट बिकेम दैट आई एम, मैं वो हूँ। मैं ये भी जानती हूँ कि देखो मेरा कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मेरी ज़िंदगी में। आई हैव अ नाइस होम, आई हैव अ गुड करियर, आई हैव माई हेल्थी बॉडी, और जो टेक्निकली जो आप लोग बोलते हैं आई शी इज़ अट्रैक्टिव, अगेन मैं ये भी बोलूँगी कि खूबसूरती क्या होती है, किसने आपको बोला, किसने डेफिनेशन दिया आपको खूबसूरती क्या है, और वो क्या बन गया आज, खूबसूरती क्या बन गया? खूबसूरती फेक बन गया। हाँ, आप एक पिक्चर देखते हो, आप सोचते कि ये खूबसूरती है, ये फोटोशॉप है, ये ब्रेस्ट इम्प्लांट्स है, ये मेकअप है, ये खूबसूरती नहीं है, ये रोबोट है। मेरे पास वो सब चीज़ है, फिर मैंने क्यों छोड़ा? आपको ये पूछना है व्हाई डिड आई लीव दिस। सब लोग ये पूछ रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो मैंने देखा, जो सच मुझ में है और जो सच मैं हूँ, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ। क्लेम बैक योर कॉन्शियसनेस, यू आर गॉड्स। Hell, there is no hell. You are in the garden of Eden. जो कुछ आपको चाहिए आपको मिलेगा, लेकिन आपको क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है? लोग बोलते फिर हमको क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है? क्योंकि आप खुद सोच रहे हो कि आपको नहीं मिलेंगे, लेकिन आपकी सोच आपकी सोच कहाँ से आ रही है?
Right. Sofia, but you know, you have a lot of fans on social media, you know, who loved your sexy, glamorous image. Who loved your sexy, glamorous image. Won't they be disappointed? What do you have to tell them?
Yes, I have some fans who are disappointed. But I do not live my life for other people in that sense, because that's living your life physically for other people. I live my life for all of you now. My aspiration is that you wake up.
Okay.
And those people who want the physical Sofia back are operating from a physical sense. They're objectifying people and objectifying themselves. Women are not objects.
Okay. Yes. So there is no possibility of seeing the old Sofia back ever?
Never, ever.
If at all the desires come back, how will you?
I don't. The desires won't come back.
The physical desires will never.
It would never come back.
Okay.
जैसे हम जानते हैं आपकी जो मूवी आने वाली, तो आप प्रमोशन में दिखाई देंगे।
Sorry, sir.
You're working in, आपने मूवी में काम किया है,
वो जो अभी आने वाली है,
तो आप उस प्रमोशन में कहीं दिखाई देंगे हमें?
नहीं।
Sophia, what was your first reaction when your family reaction when they come to know that you are changing yourself?
एक्चुअली पहली चीज़ जो मेरी मम्मी ने देखा, उसने बोला अच्छा अब ये कपड़े पहनने वाली है, अच्छी है, ये अच्छी अच्छी लड़की बन गई। फिर मम्मी ने बोला ये क्या है, उसको निकालना। मैंने कहा मम्मी ये टैटू है, ये तो नहीं निकलेगा। वो तो खुश है कि मैं कपड़े पहन लूँ।
Okay, Sofia, what do you want to appeal at last to your audience?
I want everybody to close their eyes and to forget who you think you are. Because who you think you are has been taught to you. And the people giving you the teaching, maybe your parents, maybe your schools, maybe the media, may not necessarily know the truth themselves. But you are, I know who you are, and you are love, pure love, and you are freedom.
Sophia, also lastly for the cameras, if you could just display those silicons, the fake silicons that you have stained, that you have